Thank you very much. I'll ask for the CI governor to relate that. Yeah, that's what yeah, and Mama County. Bob. That one is here. Mama County, give room, Mama County, to join the Waziri, the other side.
Representing the Council of Governors, we're here on behalf of the Council of Governors to condole once again with the family that will be received by Mama Ida, Dr. Ida here. As I've said before, Baba was a devolution, and devolution indeed is and was Baba. The dismantling of a very powerful centralized system where resources were at the center and were only given out through political tokenism is what Baba fought. As part of the democratizing process of Kenya, in many ways, he was actually ahead of his time, in many ways. Why do I say this? Because when he picked up that fight, even those that are oppressed did not initially believe the fight was worth it or it was possible. But Kenya has changed irreversibly because of him. And this is why we will forever be a grateful nation that Baba lived amongst us, fought for us, and made Kenya what.
On behalf of the Council of Governors, like my colleagues have said, we are glad to be here. And we have come here today not just as individual governors, but to represent all the 47 governors of Kenya. And the reason why we have said to come as a Council of Governors is because from where we sit and from what my colleagues have said about devolution being in place, we are because he was. Because if it were not for him, the former Prime Minister, there will be no devolution today. Lastly, let me say that many things have been said about the Prime Minister Raila Odinga. You have heard very many of them. Let me just mention one, that every Kenyan should celebrate his life and be happy that he existed. That for the last almost 5 elections in Kenya, there's only one man in Kenya who had the ability to sink this country with almost the total following of all Kenyans after every election. That was one Raila Amolo Odinga. He had the capacity to do it. However, every time after elections, irrespective of the outcome, and despite having that,
as you know, as governors, we have everything to thank Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga in every way. First the Constitution, and then devolution. We would not be sitting here as governors or coming here as a delegation as governors without the work he did to first have the Constitution and have counties established as levels or a second level of government. So I am very happy in a sense that the council has seen it fit to come here formally, because if there's a lasting pillar in the Constitution, which we will continue to remember Raila Amolo Odinga for, is devolution. Indeed, he has been called the father of devolution. You also remember that in the last days, when they had a meeting with the president and members of parliament, even in that meeting, he spoke very strongly about counties and the responsibility of counties and the need for more resources to go to counties. Here at Kang'o, Jaramogi, this has become a national shrine. Here lies our departed leader, Right Honorable Raila Odinga, the second Prime Minister of the Republic of Kenya, and a hero and a legend in Kenya. And beside him is his father, Jaramogi Oginga Odinga, who was the first Vice President of the Republic of Kenya. And Kang'o Jaramogi is a gazetted museum. So this place, for all intents and purposes, is a national shrine. And it will continue to be a national shrine. If you go into the museum, you'll see the wonderful collection that this man, Raila Odinga, collected. I think there are very few places in Kenya where you can see the kind of collection that he had and is exhibited here in Kang'o Jaramogi.
The day before Martin Luther King died, when he was preaching a sermon in Memphis, Tennessee, and I've been to that church, he said, I have seen the promised land, but I may not get there with you. Junior, I think you shared it with your dad. This positivism about our destiny. I heard you speak the other day, and that is something that you cherish as a heritage from your dad. I have seen the promised land. I may not get there with you. Definitely, it is not easy to accept that Ekwom has left us. It will be very difficult to accept. It will continue to be difficult to accept. But let us get courage from the fact that before he left us, he said that there is the promised land which he was struggling for. Kenya to be better than it is today. And colleague governors, we must inherit that responsibility collectively. That where Kenya is not the promised land. But we have seen it, especially through the optimism of our leader, Raila Odinga. Let us work hard to make sure that the least of the common men in this nation can share the gift of God to this nation. That is a good life, a dignified life, a life that every Kenyan can be proud of, which we don't have today. But it is the promised land. Those of us who travel the journey, we may along the way leave you. That will mean that those who are left behind give up the struggle for change, for a better Kenya.
The man lying here is a man of his own character and kind. As Council of Governors, we have come here specifically to pay our last tributes to this great patriot, great Kenyan. Without Raila Amolo Odinga, there would be no devolution in this country. He is the father of devolution. He fought so hard for devolution to come. So the 2010 constitution of this country, without the man lying here, we will not have it. So as Council of Governors, we are so indebted to this great man. Devolution is bringing change to this country, despite of all the challenges that devolution is facing. And as Council of Governors, we have resolved that we will fight to ensure that devolution succeeds and the concept of public participation is enshrined in our governance system. I am a founder member of ODM. My number is 93. So I have worked with this great man for the last 20 years continuously. I have benefited a lot from his counsel and mentorship. So I'm real greatly indebted. And for the last 10, 20 years, I have been with him. Vihiga County has remained an ODM zone up to this time. It's a very important ODM zone. Lastly, personally, I want to pay my very sincere tribute to this great man. When I was in Parliament and I was pushing a bill on climate change, and he was the Prime Minister, he supported me to ensure that Kenya enacted a law on climate change. He was so supportive to me, and we were able to enact a law. And anytime he went outside the country on the issues of climate change, he always took me along with him. Even when we went to Paris to sign the Paris Agreement of 2015, I was in his delegation. So I'm very much indebted to him. Finally, it is through him that we decided, come the consequences, we will save Mau forest.
The mourning period has come to an end for our fallen leader. We've now started the celebration period. A time like this is now the time for us to celebrate life lived well. This week, to the family of Raila, was opening some hospitals in Kisii. Therefore, those wings which were new wings for MCH, I decided to name them Raila Odinga wards. Actually, in the two facilities, that is Ibacho and Kyogoro, I did promise that the 10 women who will be giving birth there, they'll be rewarded with 20,000 by naming their children Raila Odinga. It's back in Kisii. And I'll start today, after the 7 days that now of mourning. I want to say this. We are going to start celebrating. Professor, let us celebrate Baba. Tusherekee mpaka nchi yote ijue kwamba
the family of Baba, my colleagues, governors, and all mourners. I'm Simon Kachapin, the governor of West Pokot, and I've come also here to celebrate Baba because Baba was loved across the nation, internationally, and all over the world. As my colleagues have said, we really cherish Baba, and we thank his family for producing such a nationalist who shaped the political history of this nation. I know we shall continue to celebrate the ideals in which Baba stood for and which stood out is the democratic ideals and the reforms that he fought for. We as Council of Governors, we are the products of Baba because the devolution, we owe it to Baba.
Familia wa baba wetu Raila Odinga, najua mama yuko hapa, hatujua kwa pande gani, wageni ni wengi. Tumekuja kwa sababu hatukupata nafasi ile siku ya mazishi, na mnajua wakati baba alituacha walitupatia only 72 hours, na ilikuwa na mambo mingi hapa katikati, lakini tukiwa team ya 207, tukiwa vijana wadogo, tumesema kwa niaba ya wale wanaweza kufika leo, tumekuja kusema pole, kwa sababu mzee huyu alikuwa baba wetu sisi wote na tulijifunza mengi kutoka kwake, na ndio tumekuja hapa kwa team kama ya watu 30 wale tulikuwa vijana tulikuwa youth for Raila 207. Tumekuja kusema pole zetu na familia zetu na team, entire team wenye wako kufika kuja siku ya leo. Tumekuja hapa kwa niaba yao na baada watakuja wengine. Nataka nikuambie Junior, najua tumetoka safari ya mbali, kuanzia tukiwa watoto wadogo, tukiwa 20s na ndugu yetu Fidel, na huyu alikuwa baba yetu sisi wote. Na mimi mwenyewe nataka niseme pole sana kwa niaba yangu na familia yangu.
As one of the elders of this home, as we mourn here, we welcome everybody, the entirety of Kenya. You are welcome to Kang'o Jaramogi. We do not stop anyone from coming to pay their last respects in this home. Kang'o Jaramogi, and correct me if I'm wrong, is the only place in Kenya where you have two leaders, national leaders. This is the home for my brother, Ida Odinga. So, in this home, we have, it's our family home, and that's why I wanted to welcome everybody. We do not stop anyone. The whole of Kenya, the whole of Africa, kwa heshima ya baba, nyinyi wote, karibuni, karibuni Kang'o Jaramogi. Asante.
The governors who have come to mourn with us today. It is not kawaida that they must come, but they took heart and I'm glad they came. Thank you very much. I know even Baba, where he is in heaven, is looking back and saying, yes, those are my people. Thank you very much for coming. And maybe I take this opportunity also to thank those who have come today. Even those who are not governors, we have very many visitors and they may not have an opportunity to thank each one of you individually. But know that we are grateful to see you here. May God bless you. Thank you.
Mfupi kabisa, alafu tutakuwa na utaratibu.
Let the Council of Governors want to be laid cast, led by Wiki. Kindly. Thank you very much. The next one will be for the county, led by the two governors of our county, the CCMs.